Alright everybody, we're back to Let's Play Paper Mario. Okay, continuing where we left off, where you want to go next is check out this house. You have to knock a couple times before he opens the door right in your face and makes you fall over like a piece of paper. Oh, he's like one of those people who just... You knock at the door, and they yell out, "Nobody is here." It's like, that's so stupid. He's just gonna give you a long and boring lecture, and eventually Mario just passes out, because it's so boring. Except your partner is still awake, and I believe in Thousand Year Door, whenever Mario passes out from being bored while listening to something, I believe his partner also passes out, but not in this one, though, I don't think. I may be wrong, because there is another point in the game when it does that. Anyway, you're supposed to go over here, but there's these toads blocking the way. So, first you talk to him, then go back over to Merlin and talk to him. And he'll deal with it himself. God, my commentary is boring right now. All I'm doing is just explaining everything without any kind of... without anything interesting happening. But then again, it's still early on in the game, and there's nothing really that interesting to talk about yet. So then he calls down a bunch of lightning, and... boom, 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 boom. Turns out to be the Koopa Brothers the entire time, just trying to keep you from going on. I thought they looked a little weird. And he talks about a blue-shelled Koopa. It's not really important for you to remember that, but it just tells you what happens later. It's not really needed, though. Chapter 1, Storming the Koopa Brothers Fortress! Okay, starting off with the enemies, now you can find Koopas here, which are, well... as I guess Koopas, you simply flip them over by jumping on them, and their defense will go down. They have, I think, 4 HP, 1 attack, and 1 defense. If you jump on them, like I said, they flip over, and then they lose their defense point. So, pretty much just, they're pretty easy. Koopas are probably some of the easiest enemies in the game, all because of that little flipping over mechanic. It can easily be abused for... I mean, most Koopas are weak to it, but I will say this right now, there are some Koopas that you do not want to flip over. I mean, you will not want to flip them over. I'm probably gonna start skipping these battles and or cutting them out. Because... I don't like doing random battles, and I don't want them taking up half my LP. Okay, a fright jar there. Fright jars aren't really that useful unless you're going for a low level run. Power block right there. Hit this tree to bring down the switch, and this will make a bridge. If you can see on top of that block over there, there's actually an enemy on top of this. You hit it and it makes the Spike to Goomba come down, which, I don't know, it's just weird. It's like the only time that's done. Random Sleepy Sheep back here, probably never use it, and I'll just end up selling it in the next place. Oh. Okay, first, back here, there's a honey syrup, and is there anything behind here? Nope. Okay. Now, this thing, you see, its eyes are following you. If you run around in a circle around it, it'll start playing music and dropping hearts. Just a nice little thing to have, so you don't have to... Well, actually, I don't think ends cost anything in this one like it did in the second one. Okay, these, you have to hit them in a specific order. I think it's left, right, and up. Yep. And you get the sound effects B. The sound effects B badges are kind of pointless. All they do is they add an effect when you use your hammer or you use a jump attack in battle. So, yeah, it's just a little extra thing. Some people like to equip the sound effects, not everybody does. There's only one sound effect I personally use, but you have to buy it, and luckily it's really, really cheap. Okay, in this part, basically you're just gonna want to hit all these fuzzies and get back the Koopa shells. Actually, do you have to do this? I've always wondered if it's possible, if this is really necessary, because really, in order to continue on, you're supposed to go in this one building. It may be possible that you won't need all these shells. So when I get to the next area, I'll go into the house and see if it's possible to just completely skip getting all the shells, because I've never tested it before. Anything in here? Oh, there's a Koopa leaf right there. Koopa leaves, aren't that good, but later you'll be able to cook them and make them into a pretty good, well, into a decent recovery item. At least for this early in the game. So, real quick, I'm going to see if it's possible to continue on. So, well, it came out. Anyway, this is the blue-shelled Koopa that was talked about earlier. So, seeing as how this cutscene initiated, it may be possible. Maybe possible to just skip out on collecting the shells. Let's look around real quick. If you want to collect all the shells, just telling you this one is really tough to get. Because a lot of people have a really hard time collecting this one. What you have to do, you can't just run up to it or else it'll bounce away. What you actually have to do is slowly walk over to it and hit it. Okay? Simple enough. There's still one shell I haven't got, but I want to see if it's really necessary. Okay, I'm gonna go into his house. And the fuzzy runs away. I'm pretty sure there's no way to catch this while on the road or in the house. I'm pretty sure of that. Wait a minute, I need to check something real quick. Okay. Better equip something. I might as well. I don't have anything else I can use. When you reach this area, it'll initiate this, little mini-game, I guess you could say, where you have to find it. But all you need to do is just follow the blue shell. It's easy. Boom. 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 Oh, okay. Pretty easy. If you're wondering why I'm just making all these boom sounds, it's so I can sync my commentary to the video. Because I hate having off-sync commentary. So I'm too lazy to just... Once I realize that a video is off-sync, I hate having to go back and, like, re-render it again. Okay, this one's kind of hard, though. I think it's in this one. Yep, okay. Yeah, the third one is the only one that should ever give you trouble. The other ones are really easy. Okay, as soon as you try to leave, you'll have Cooper come over here wanting to fight to get his shell back. But you already got it, so... yeah. He doesn't need to fight. And he wants to join us and become our second party member. Of course, just like in the second game as well, your first partner is always a Goomba, and your second partner is a Koopa. Well, they're the most standard of the Mario species, I guess you could say. So obviously, you're gonna get them really early on. And then, as soon as you try to leave the area, this guy comes back and he wants to fight you. I'm pretty sure of this, but this is the only time in the entire game you ever fight a normal fuzzy. I may be wrong, but yeah. I believe this is the only time after this you don't ever fight normal fuzzies again. What I do, just because, I just use a fire flower. They only have 3 HP and 1 attack, so they're dead. Now, like I said, normal fuzzies. There are recolored versions of them later on. I believe there's about 2 more versions of them. Okay, up here, press down C, and you can use Cooper's ability, which is shooting a shell. This isn't used for too much in this game. Well, it's not the most least used ability in the game, not counting Goombario. Goombario, his ability is never required. He's never required to beat the game. But yeah, Cooper isn't really used that much. I believe. Yeah, I think there's about one or 2 more partners that aren't used as much as him. But the thing is, the other 2 partners that are used a little less than him are extremely useful in battle, so I don't really count them as useless. Okay, I'm gonna sell some of my random crap here I don't need. Sleepy Sheep is pointless. Another Sleepy Sheep. Be gone. I'll get rid of Fright Jar, because really I don't need it. Goomnut only restores 3, and I'm not using my abilities at all. I'll sell my mushrooms. I'm honestly not going to be using very many recovery items in this playthrough, because really, with my playing style I have with this game, I rarely need recovery items because I destroy bosses so fast. Okay, now I have 1 POW block, and I have a specific strategy I use on the boss of this chapter, which requires me to have 3 POW blocks and 1 Fire Flower. I think that's about all I need. I think I'll grab 1 extra Fire Flower just in case, just for like random enemies and such, but I can easily destroy the boss, usually with no damage, if I simply just use that strategy. You'll see what it is at the end of this chapter, obviously, since it has to do with the boss. So now that you have Koopa, you can actually come down here. Oh, behind that bush is just a random Koopa. Stop attacking me. I want that item. It's powerful. Anyway, hit that. And you get a Thunderbolt. This item is I also use in the strategy for the boss of this chapter. I think this is pretty much the only boss I actually like spam items. Because normally I use a combination. I use a combination of 2 certain attacks or 2 certain jump abilities for most of the bosses. But in this chapter, I mainly just use items. You'll see why. Okay, don't need a recovery. And here we have the Koopa Brothers Fortress. Let's see. I'm gonna save and end this recording because I'm coming up to 15 minutes. See you all in the next part of Let's Play Paper Mario. See ya, everybody.